Well, welcome guys, thanks for checking out this video. Back here again with another independent Sega Dreamcast game, and as over 90% of my viewers are not subscribed to my channel, you probably don't even know that the Sega Dreamcast that was cancelled back in 2001, a very beloved console, is still getting games even till today, and that still fascinates me. And recently it's got more attention, which is pretty awesome because it's one of my personal favourite consoles. So I have covered other games in the past as these releases, and they are available on the Right Sprite web store if you want to check that out. But today we're going to be looking at the independent release called Tapeworm Disco Puzzle, and this was done by a company called Lowtek Games. They have contacted me in the past regarding the previous release, which was called Flea, and I really enjoyed that title, but there were some controversies with that release over to the Sega Dreamcast, and I'll explain a bit more of that later on in the video. Now again, the owner of the company, Alistair Lowe, contacted me, which is absolutely awesome, to review this title for you guys. So now let's do an unboxing of what you get with your purchase, and of course if you want to purchase this yourself, you will find that in the description box below. So here we have it, Tapeworm Disco Puzzle. It's got that fresh new Dreamcast Game smell, which I always like. It is packing that USA Dreamcast logo. I'm not too sure why. This was made in a European PAL zone, but they seem to just like that design, I guess. And it's got that design like the original USA cases. So on the side we have Tapeworm Disco Puzzle there, and on the back, I do really like the art style, the character design there. It's pretty funny. And we have a QR code there. I'm guessing that may go to their main website. And this is limited number 225. They did that with the original game. So again, compatible with PAL or NTSC consoles. And 102 player VGA standard controller. Let's have it open. There's the guys again. There's the credits go to player testers as well. Now for the test, is it a real disc that is being pressed, or is it a copy game like the Flea game? Let's have a look. Nope, it's legit. That's what we want to see. So here is the copy of Tapeworm on the left, and you see that is on a professional printed disc, and here is the original release of Flea, which I covered, and I didn't find out after that was on a copy disc. So you can definitely see the color difference on how this game is printed. By not using professional discs to print your games, you will lose out on ensured consistent quality. It is a much safer option, giving you better results, mostly with this protective layering of the glass mastering on its final prints, so not doing so can cause some problems later down the road. Nice. Now that is the only game for the Sega Dreamcast that has been independent released after its cancellation that has done that I've come across personally. Now I did contact the company a fair few months ago, and they just stated that they really wanted to get involved into the indie scene, and that was the only way they could do that affordably. But now thanks to a publishing company from the UK, they are going to be re-releasing this game as well. So I'll be covering that as well if you want to keep in touch with the channel. So not much artwork going on in the back, but that disc design is nice. Again, why the USA logo? Was that Japanese? I'm not sure. Orange or red. But it's not blue. Let's have a look now if we've got anything with a manual. Just the basic designs, and again some awesome artwork, which is done by Art and Design. It is done by Alistair Lowe himself. Oh nice, I really hope we do get some animation on the VMU screen. Have a look at the comic book script here. Flea loves to party, the clubs are always jumping. Music of all kinds. Recently some fleas have just been acting strange. The worms run the club. They're taking over, not the fleas. And that's it. All in all, very happy with the design. Some unique and well talented character art here. And yes, this will work on all region Dreamcasts, including VGA support. So now let's head into some gameplay. We are greeted with a menu with 4 options to choose from: single play, co-op, I have to mention I did not see that come in, pass, where the player can enter a passcode which is given at the end of each level completed to progress, a very old school method of saving that has been brought over from the NES versions. And then you also got credits. Tapeworm Disco Puzzle is a grind-based puzzle game with over 100 playable levels, where you play as a tapeworm, the local nightclub owner. It's your job to make sure the fleas enjoy themselves. You'll be helping them collect blood, playing banging tunes, and get them to gigs on time. Much like Lowtek Games' previous release, as well as the up-and-coming release of Flea. Yeah, that does sound a bit strange, but I'm sure you understand what I mean, right? It has a very simplistic, well-done style of gameplay throughout, as well as guiding flea babes to safety. A very quirky, unique style of game that I haven't seen for years. Now, this title was very well received for the NES and made it into the top indie release for that system last year. Well, as I failed to mention earlier, but you probably guessed it by now anyway, this is yet another NES port, as Lowtek Games designed this game for that console in mind, so graphically that is its benchmark, so unfortunately no DC enhancements even with its further graphical benefits. Which is a bit of a shame, but the Dreamcast really helps with supporting the indie game developers by providing them with a disc-based system, making it cheaper to produce games, unlike the cartridge counterparts for the older consoles, as well as Sega themselves by encouraging them by simply allowing them to produce games for the consoles and last console ever made. Indie developers have really helped by keeping this console alive for over 20 years later. Even if they are more recent NES ports, but some nicer features for the DC versions would not go amiss though. You could manage to complete this game in just one sitting, as around 40 minutes to an hour of playtime I managed to reach level 40, which wasn't my first intention, but with this catchy chiptune music throughout I found myself becoming quite addictive very fast, making it very hard to put down, much like its previous release of Flea. Throughout the game you will encounter story with humorous dialogue and boss levels encounters throughout every 20 levels. Whilst making this video, Alistair Lowe was kind enough to message me and recommend me putting this game into the PC to find some extra goods. I love it when that happens. On the disc you will also find the ROM of the NES version, which now can allow you to play that ROM on any emulated device that you fancy playing on. You could also use this disc on a CD audio player to find its soundtrack. You could also play this on the CD player functionality of the Dreamcast and you'll find 8 playable tracks. Again, much appreciated to Lowtek Games for contacting me to review their game. I thought that was pretty awesome, and I do hope for the best for any future release. So as always, as I end my videos, if you liked it, hit that button. If you want to support this channel, click subscribe, leave a comment below, and I catch you lot on the next video.